Hey, freedom seekers, welcome to another edition of Anarchast, your home for anarchy on the internet. I have yet another incredibly interesting guest coming on. It's Vit Jedlika. It's very hard for me to say. I hope I got that even halfway correct. Of Liberland, or Liberland. I say Liberland because I live in Mexico most of the time, and that's how they would pronounce that here, but I think he pronounced it Liberland. And incredibly interesting story. If you guys don't know anything about this, you're going to just love hearing about it. It's incredibly interesting. I'm interested as well because I don't know exactly what's going on. He founded this new country around a month ago, I think, or maybe a bit more than that now. He's since they've tried to arrest him, all sorts of interesting stuff. He's coming into us today from the embassy in Serbia, the Liberland embassy in Serbia, and it's going to be very interesting. We're going to talk all about that. But of course, this is Anarchast. So first of all, I just have to check your credentials and see how you became an anarcho-capitalist, and then we'll get right into Liberland. So how did you become an anarcho-capitalist?
You know, I started reading Frederick Bastiat when I was probably like 13, 14 years old. And, you know, his disciples actually became anarcho-capitalist. As you probably know, that he was like the founder of the idea of the very straight idea of classical liberalism, but his disciples already were anarcho-capitalist, and I'm also stuck on that same line, you know, between Frederick Bastiat and his disciples.
That's great. All right, let's talk all about Liberland. So what happened? Where did you get this idea? Give us the whole story and take as long as you want because it's such an interesting story.
Well, you know, just about a month ago, and month and couple of days, actually it was 13th of April. It was the birthday of Thomas Jefferson, actually. We founded this country because we felt that we need another tax haven or tax heaven in Europe. It was very necessary to show the establishment that we are going the wrong way, that we need more freedom in Europe and elsewhere. So we decided to do that, and we got better response than when we actually could dream of. You know, the CNN wrote about us, Russia Today wrote about us, like most of the British news all around the world, even in China. There are lots of articles about this, and we received some 330,000 applications for citizenship within this 1 month. So there is a great need, and for this country or all around the world.
Boy, I can't imagine how many bureaucrats you're going to need to hire to go through all those applications, but very interesting stuff. Let's sort of, so many questions I'm going to have along the way here. Let's start with just generally what's been going on lately, because I did hear that they tried to arrest you. Why don't you tell us what happened there? Well,
we are trying to prove actually, you know, they have no other means to stopping this than just putting police there, the Croatia side, and try to tell people not to go there. But they have no legal authority.
We should sort of explain here exactly how you were able to say you're under international law found this country before we get into that, because a lot of people will be confused about what's going on. So can you explain to us how you found this piece of land that is somehow between Croatia and Serbia and is not actually claimed ownership by either? And then you can go into what happened with them trying to arrest you.
Well, you know, we were looking for some piece of land which would be free for setting up new country. And if you look up terra nullius on Wikipedia, you see all the places where that thing is possible. And this was one of the very last pieces on Earth. This area of 7 square kilometers was not claimed by Croatia and Serbia for some 24 years. Because there is this border dispute, but neither of these countries claimed this piece of land. And I went there. It was absolutely, the access was free. You know, there were fishermen at the moment when I was there. There were other friendly people who said there will be our citizens at the time we put our flag there. So it was, you know, pretty much a normal piece of, let's call it Croatia. But after I set up the country there, and I got this response from all around the world. Now there is like hundreds of policemen guarding that area. But which is great because I said, we need to have some border control at the very beginning. And so I thanked Croatia police for that effort. But we found out that they are blocking the entry now, even through the international waters. And that's very funny because we got fined for crossing over from Croatia to Serbia when we tried to enter through the mainland. And now we got also the fine for crossing from Serbia to Serbia when we go through international waters by the Croatian authorities. So we've got a lot of fun with the Croatia police, and it's very good that the justice is sort of independent, and they have also lots of fun with that here in Croatia. So we've got their support.
That's great. So where's things at the moment? Because I know you've been working a lot on this, and you're trying to set up, I believe, some embassies in some other countries and really trying to move things forward. So what's the status if someone's watching this right now and they're a freedom lover? What can they move there right now, or what's the status of things?
We've got a Swedish settlement company. Swiss settlement company now working with us. They set up a big tent, a big bar on the Serbia side of the river, and they're setting up businesses here to get ready to move to Liberland whenever the situation will be ready for it. So we've got lots of people coming here. You're also invited to come here to help us set up this nice land, which will be really free. And we need a lot of we need to do more work on diplomacy to get us recognized internationally. So I've got very influential people at the moment now lobbying for the recognition in different smaller states where they have connections. And I also need to do much more fundraising, to have a freedom, financial freedom to do all necessary steps. Just the paperwork. We need to send out 15,000 papers all around the world to get us internationally recognized. So, just the paperwork is extremely a lot of bureaucracy. But we are trying to keep everything on the lowest level possible. We tell the people that there will be minimum laws. The constitution will be pretty clear that the government will not be able to do almost anything at all. So I think we are on a good track. It's been just 1 month now, so we cannot expect much more actually from the situation right now. And I'm doing lots of diplomacy in Serbia, in Croatia now as well. So if everybody is interested, they can apply for citizenship. They can come here. They can help, or if they can help through any other means, they are also invited.
Very interesting. And yeah, I agree. You've been doing a lot in the last month. It's been amazing just to see, hear about what you've been doing. It's moved forward very quickly, and that's great. You're obviously a anarcho-capitalist who gets things done. And I actually just didn't even notice this till just now that the flag is mostly black and yellow. So I guess I should have known you were an anarcho-capitalist. Yeah, very interesting. I'm just trying to think of all my questions here because there's so much to ask. About so if people, you invited me to come there, and we've talked about this before, and I'm definitely interested in doing that. I'm just not sure on when would be the best time to go. Let me ask you from my own perspective, if I tried to go there right now, would I have trouble getting into Liberland?
Well, at the moment we do have people who go there, but you have to realize that there is probably like 120 police guys trying to prevent people from going there at the moment. And we thought that they will let us enter through international waters, which would be total legal way how to approach this for them Serbia or no man's land, because they don't recognize us yet. But they are just doing everything possible to prevent people from going there at all. But the country was set up. We've got the citizens now. There is no legal way how they can prevent this from happening. It will just take some time before the Croatia politics will recognize us. And what we are doing right now is setting up a Croatian party, Croatian Liberland party, which will push for recognition in Croatia. And we've got lots of people who joined Liberland who wanted to be citizens even from Croatia and Serbia. So we will keep on setting up these Liberland parties all around the world to press this idea forward.
That's great. I I don't know if you know this, but I just announced this week that I'm going to run for government in Canada under the Libertarian Party of Canada. And I'm actually getting as many anarchists and libertarians as I know to run for that. So it's sort of funny for me to be talking about how I'm running for the government. I'm talking to another anarcho-capitalist right now who's setting up his own government, but it's not exactly going to be a real government as people really know them. And in terms of, you just said that the government really won't do anything there. Is that right?
Yes, but we need it in order to deal with other states. We need to have this, at least the diplomacy must be done by the government. We don't have any other means to get the country started. You know, we cannot just tell everybody to come there if you don't have at least some way to deal with other countries and discuss the issues.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you're obviously very optimistic that this is going to work. So do you not see any, like, they have the Croatian police surrounding it right now. How do you see that situation getting resolved?
Well, you know, it will probably take a couple of months to get this through. You know, the Croatia side is quite unsure how to react to this, and they're also waiting if we can get organized enough to make this happen. But I think that they know by now that there is no means how they could stop it from happening.
So you're saying under international law, there's no way that they can do anything. Do you have any fear of actually being militarily attacked if you just continue on doing what you're doing?
Well, I believe that these countries are reasonable and they have enough wars in the past. And we are a peaceful-loving nation. You know, we are not going to harm anybody, and we would be bringing lots of capital here. If I count how much money these citizens that we have already claimed for this land, and how much investment they say they will provide, you know, it might not be accurate, but if I count everything together, it's more than $20 billion at the moment.
That's pretty good. A good start for sure. Well, this is fascinating. It's so exciting to see you doing this. And I love your attitude about it, how you're just laughing about how they try to arrest you and stuff. You know, it's great. So I'm a definite supporter, 100%. And I'm going to be continuing to follow this and try to get over there at some point. Maybe you and I can talk at some point about what a good time to come over might be for me. I've also talked to many past Anarchast guests, including Luke Radowski of We Are Change and Joby Weeks and a number of people who are all want to go over there and do stuff, just cover it from media angles or see if we can help in any way. And I know we've talked offline about how I can help try to get you possibly some recognition in other countries. I started a company called TDV Passports, which is at tdvpassports.com. And so for a number of years, I had been going around to talk to a lot of governments about seeing if we can get our clients citizenship in their countries. And so I do have a lot of connections with government, which I don't like having to deal with them, but it is something you have to deal with. And of course, we've talked about Liberland, about citizenship, and so it's very interesting, incredibly interesting. So for people who want to follow this story more, this is something that I've noticed. Is the best spot to go just your website to get all the latest news and updates, or is there other places that we should be following?
Sure, and our Facebook is pretty live, so we always put all the things on Facebook page, basically, that are new, and people can follow us there. They're easy. And, just apply for the citizenship and you will receive the latest updates. You will probably not get the citizenship right away. I'm only giving the citizenship here on embassy or here in Serbia or in Liberland at the moment. So you have to come over here and get the citizenship from me directly. And I'm giving the citizenship only to people who directly help with the project at the moment.
Oh, that's great. Well, that gives me more incentive to help because I like to have as much citizenships as I can, just a number of different options. So do you have any expectation on when, if someone became a citizen, when they could have a passport from Liberland?
Well, we are already printing out passports, so they should be ready next week.
Amazing. That's awesome. Okay, well, it sounds like I'll be getting over there ASAP then, right away, because I want to be a part of this. So we can talk now about it, or we can talk offline about how and when I should get over there. But I think you can expect to be seeing me quite soon.
The best time to come here is Friday and Saturday when we organize a big party here at our facilities, which we set up on the other side of the river. where we don't have any problems with the police at the moment. So anytime for Friday and Saturday, we will make sure that you will have a good time with us here partying in our tent and also in the restaurant, which we sort of hired, and also at our embassy, which is also a nice place. I'm going to show you around a little bit. We usually have lots of people here around. So, just come. Osijek is international airport, or Budapest is international airport, and we will charter boats and charter buses to go here in near future. So, we've already got travel agency who is taking care of that, which was founded for Liberland. So anybody is welcome.
That's great.
Who shares our values, of course. We already said we are not taking any neo-Nazis or ex-communists or anybody like that.
That sounds fair. Sounds fine. Yeah, very interesting. So yeah, I'm seriously considering going there this Friday. I had actually planned to go to Europe in a couple weeks anyway. Do you think, should I really come to this one on Friday? Is it really important, or it would be a really good idea to be there? Or do you think if I just went in a couple weeks when I'm over there anyway, that would also work?
The party is every single Friday and Saturday, and it will be bigger every single week. So if you come this or next Friday, I think you will already have enough fun. And I expect like 200 people to show up for the party this Friday, and like 400 for the next, and 800 for the one after. So we will see if we can go do the exponential growth as well as we did it with the citizenship application.
Amazing. Okay, so I'll definitely consider coming this week, and I'm going to be talking to Luke Radowski and a number of other people who wanted to come over and cover this event. And it'll either be this weekend or in the next few weekends, pretty much for sure now that I know what's going on. So that's fantastic. You mentioned that fundraising is really important. How can people get involved in that, and what's involved with helping this effort?
We definitely need to buy more boats. I would prefer if people came here and bought the boat here, so the government wouldn't have to get involved at this stage. That would be the best, so we don't have to take care of it. But at the moment, we are into the shipping business. It's very hard to rent a boat for these actions, going from Serbia to Liberland at the moment, and people are scared that they will lose the boat or something. But actually, we already had a confrontation with police a couple of times, and they always returned us the boat. So there is no problem, problem with that.
That's great. All right. Well, I think I'll leave it at that. I'm up. It's like 4 a.m. here, but you've been so hard to get a hold of the last few weeks that when you contacted me just now, and I was just about to go to bed, I said, I got to talk to you. And it was my only chance I've had so far. So I'm about to go to sleep here, but at 4 a.m, as I pointed out. But I just wanted to have you on as quickly as possible. I'm so glad we could hook this up. So is there anything else you wanted to let people know about Liberland? I know the website's liberland.org. Anything else you want to let people know?
Live and let live, that's our motto.
That's awesome. I like it. And yeah, I hope to soon be a fellow countryman of yours. And I love this. And it really goes to show that there's a lot of interest, and a lot of people around the world are looking for something like this. The amount of people who've already wants to become citizens there is amazing. And most people haven't even heard of this yet. Imagine once more people hear about it. So it's going to be a fascinating story to follow. I know there's going to be a lot of libertarians and anarchists and anarcho-capitalists who are going to be sort of saying, oh, this will never work because it hasn't really worked very well in the past, or things like that. And there's going to be lots of doubters, and who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to be fascinating. And I really thank you again for doing this, taking up this effort, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Anyway, let me add 2 more things. If we accepted everybody now, we would be larger than Iceland. And only thing we need at the moment is to get recognized by a single country around the world to move this project to another stage. And we have diplomats who are in direct contact with the heads of state in like 10 countries at the moment. So I think, we are on a pretty good track.
That's awesome. I was so excited about this, and I'm sure I'm going to be seeing you soon. So thanks for taking the time, Mr. President. And that's it for Anarchast, your home for anarchy on the internet. Peace, love, and anarchy.